Are you ready? If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya. What's up? I'm awesome. Hello, ladies. Hey, ladies. Hey, really? Really? Oh, yeah. Yowie, wowie! Like mom, baby! It's true, believe that.
There are those that think they understand human beings. And the rest of us have seen that video of Kurt Angle eating spaghetti and cutting it with a pair of scissors. And for those of us who have, it's the Two Words Podcast. Welcome, everybody. My name is John, and with me, as always, my tag team partner, Radio Matt. Woo. Radio Matt, how are we doing today?
Good.
You've seen that video, right? Mm-hmm. Just out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Gosh, what a weird...
It's more efficient. You don't want to get spaghetti all over your face.
Just twirl it up into a giant ball like the rest of us and then shove the whole thing in your gullet. Come on.
What do you think they make kitchen shears for, John? If not that, then what?
I use them for literally cutting anything other than food. Like they are utility. Well, welcome everybody to the Two Words Podcast, where we are getting ready, geared up for the clash in Paris. Mm-hmm.
With Les Browns.
So I guess je m'appelle Jean. Et tu m'appelles?
Me llamo... Wait, what?
That's
Radio
what
Matt.
That's what 4 semesters of high school French will get you, y'all. Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that took 3 semesters of Spanish. I know what everybody knows. A few colors, how to count to 20, and that's about it.
Le chat est sur la table.
Don't talk to me like that.
The cat is on the table. Well, welcome everybody. We're getting ready for the clash in Paris with Les Browns and everybody else. Going to be talking about that. But first, I guess let's just dive into it. Got a lot going on this last month.
It's been a busy month.
I'm kind of I think I'm going to like this once a month business. Mm-hmm. Really stretches out, gives the news cycle a chance to breathe.
Right.
Some of our news used to be kind of dumb.
We had to reach to fill in the space.
We had to go find some stuff. And now we don't.
We got plenty.
Because almost immediately after our last podcast, WWE came out and said they're moving all their PLEs to the new ESPN streaming service, which is their second or third streaming service that they've come out with, by the way.
The third, yeah.
And so they're moving all of their PLEs, and if you want to watch WWE PLEs, you're going to have to get this new ESPN subscription.
Or have some certain cable-esque live TV.
Well... And we can, and there is that option.
Right. But either way, you're paying a bunch of money.
You're paying a bunch of money. And in fact, Josh Coulson of sportsreporter.com, I believe that's where that was at. I didn't write it in my notes. I am so sorry, Mr. Coulson, that I did not.
But by name,
I got you there. He did the math for us. So to watch all WWE content in the year 2026, which actually I think it's starting.
It starts next month
week.
now.
Yeah, next month. They've moved it up. You will need 3 subscriptions. First, you're going to need to go and get yourself a Netflix subscription, and so you can watch Raw. That'll be $7.99 if you want ads. If you don't want ads, it's just going to cost you more. SmackDown is unfortunately a different story. SmackDown, you're going to probably need to get yourself a Peacock subscription, unless you've got cable. Which who does?
Yeah, well, I don't even think you can watch it on Peacock for like 5 weeks after it airs.
Yeah. But But if you were able to get Peacock or Hulu, we'll say
Hulu Live would get it for you.
Well, Hulu Live,
I think Hulu the next day.
Hulu Standard would get you the next day. And either one of those is going to run you around $10. And then for all of the PLEs, you will need the new ESPN service that comes in at a whopping $29.99, bringing your total to $48.97. So for $50 a month, you can watch wrestling.
Now, since that came out that you're quoting, they've also confirmed that Saturday night main events, which are going to continue, will only air on Peacock moving forward. They were airing on Peacock Live and on NBC, but now they're only going to be on Peacock. So now, just every streaming service.
Yeah, and so, like, if you have, like you said, if you have Hulu Plus, it does look like most of that's going to be included, except for the Peacock stuff. There's no Peacock Hulu.
Correct.
But even at that, that's $90 a month. Hulu Plus, and then the Netflix, because you need Netflix and your thing, so it's still like $90. And if you're the kind of person that cut the cord back in the early 2010s in honor of in the name of saving money, you might just be out of luck. And really, in all honesty, in doing this math, I realized that on a personal level, I'm paying way too much money for streaming services. Like,
and not just wrestling related, just
not just wrestling related, but like I've got all of these, because I have to go to all these different places to watch whatever I want. And I get it. Companies, there's studios that make their product and they won't show their product on other people's stuff. I get all of that, but also I'm like, oh, am I saving $100 a month by spending $150 a month on streaming services? Which, like, it's more convenient, yes. But maybe we made a mistake cutting cable. I mean, as a society, we've made a mistake in cutting cable.
We made a mistake in having it be a competitive streaming market.
Yeah.
Because then it's just going back to what it was.
Yeah. And when this all started, you had the WWE Network, and the WWE Network
loved it.
Was fantastic. And if it had stayed just like that, that would have been great. But now we've got so many hands in the honey pot that everybody's got to get their piece of something. So Netflix has to get their piece of Raw, and Peacock's got to get their piece of NBC stuff, and now it's all moving to Disney, and Disney owns everything.
But at that point, I'd rather them buy all of it.
All of it.
Have it all be on Disney.
Yeah.
Netflix has the right to everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere but America. So I know it's possible. Disney, just buy it all for America, and Netflix can have it everywhere else. Make it easier on us.
Makes sense.
Yeah. One funny note is that when we had WWE Network, for the longest time, it was just in America.
Yeah.
And I remember watching like Cultaholic and What Culture Pro Wrestling. Actually, not Cultaholic yet, but What Culture Pro Wrestling, those guys, Wrestle Talk. They're all in Britain. And they, that was just the constant lament is, gosh, we can't get the network. We're paying out so much money to get all these pay-per-views still and all this. And now it's completely flipped. It's like, oh, we get it all in one place on Netflix for, $12. And America, you're pretty screwed.
That was the thing. What you used to do is, in all honesty, this would be a better option for us anyway. We used to all get together. You had Raw on USA, and SmackDown was on USA until it moved over to Fox. But if you've got USA, you probably have Fox. And if you wanted to watch the pay-per-views, you got some buddies together. Y'all paid $10 for the pay-per-view. Everybody pitched in another $5 for pizza. And for $15 a month, you got all of the stuff you wanted. And
that's what's going to have to happen now. We got to go back to that.
We got to go back to the pay-per-view.
It's going to be a buy-in. Yeah. You're going to have to.
And we'll honestly save money because, like, I'm not buying Clash in Paris. I'll go over to my friend's who's probably going to torrent it. Now, with all of this complaining that we've been doing, Nick Khan doesn't seem to think there's any reason for concern. The current WWE president had this to say on the Varsity podcast with John Durand. Will subs follow the product to whatever the new platform is? I think we've demonstrated to Peacock our subs will follow. They certainly all followed from the WWE network, and that expanded that subscribership extensively with Peacock. There's obviously other products at Peacock to watch, which our fans who primarily subscribe for us were able to sample. Same will be the case with ESPN, and we're excited for that. But here's the thing that Nick Khan does not realize. When we moved from the WWE network to Peacock, we didn't have a problem with that for two reasons. One, it was cheaper, and two, it had The Office. ESPN Plus does not have The Office or Parks and Rec or
any of the
Superstore or any other thing I wanted. Like,
that's the main thing. Yeah, NBC's got those classic sitcoms. That's what you want.
Yeah. And so comparing the content, comparing the shift from the WWE network to Peacock is insane to do that. And so now, all that to be said, they're going to make their money. And
they got a bundle deal going right now for Disney, Hulu, and ESPN for $30 a month. For the first year, and I think it goes up to 37 the next year. That is not a bad deal. Yeah. All three of them together. But it's still just a little bit more.
One of the problems, exactly. And the thing for me is it's not going to change my budget month to month anyway, because like I've already got all these streaming services. Sports. Yeah, because I already have it for the sports.
I don't really watch sports, so I've avoided it.
And here's part of the problem I have with the sports model is they're still treating it like the broadcast model in that you only get certain things regionally.
Ugh.
So like, and here is the weirdest thing about that. If you live in New Mexico, in Clovis, New Mexico, like we do, and you talk to a Denver Broncos fan, do you know how many games you get to watch on Hulu Plus of the Denver Broncos? 0, because we're out of their network.
Wow.
We are out of the Denver network. We're 8 hours away, and we are out of the Denver network. So you have to buy all these other streaming services if you want to watch them or the Denver Nuggets or anything like that. And so if the new ESPN thing has all of the stuff that I want to watch, which ESPN, in case you're wondering, that is Denver Broncos, that is the Denver Nuggets, and that is the University of Florida football. If you have all three of those every single time they're on, I'm good. We straight. Okay?
Total me up. Let's go.
But if you don't, I am going to be very upset. Moving on.
Do we want to talk about the rough stuff? You want to get that out of the way and then go to some more lighthearted stuff?
Yeah, we can go to some lighthearted stuff later.
Okay. All right. Well, if you are in the wrestling news realm, you likely heard about this a week ago. But a shocking incident took place at Knox Pro Wrestling Academy.
We have started neither one of those with Hey Yo, but this is the Hey Yo segment.
Are we in the Hey Yo? I thought this was the pre-Hey Yo segment.
Oh, No, because now I only have a couple of things after this. Hey, yo, I'm so mad at streaming services.
It feels, I don't know, disrespectful to start Hey Yo with this one. I don't know. I'm not going to do it. Knox Pro Wrestling Academy is in Sun Valley, California. On August 23rd, Raja Jackson, the son of former UFC champion Rampage Jackson, viciously attacked wrestler Syko Stu, Stuart Smith, during a live event. Jackson had been invited to the show by ECC champion AJ Mana and was streaming on his Kick account when tensions began. Backstage, Syko Stu mistook Jackson for a performer and struck him with a prop beer can. Once he realized Jackson was not a part of the show, Stu apologized, and after some initial resistance, Jackson shook his hand, and to smooth things over, it was agreed that Jackson would run in during Stu's match as a part of the storyline. So all of this happened while Jackson was streaming on Kick. And so it was already established, oh crap, this happened. Well, let's make it into a thing. That's essentially what happened back there. Let's make it into a gimmick, a goof,
I'll help your brand,
lark.
you help my brand.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
So it was agreed that that's what would happen. On his Kick stream later that night, however, Mana encouraged Jackson to give Stu a receipt, which anyone in wrestling knows that means, if you accidentally get hit with or accidentally give a stiff shot to somebody, you get a stiff shot back. And so that's what was happening here. Mana was playing along, trying to amp it up. Jackson replied that he wanted to get his lick back, while Rampage Jackson allegedly fueled his son's anger further with homophobic remarks about wrestling during a phone call, also on Kick. Goated.
Wait, Rampage Jackson did that?
Yes, his dad.
Okay. Who remembers when Rampage Jackson was on TNA?
Anyway.
He's homophobic towards his own product.
Goaded by the live chat, visibly agitated, Raja declared on stream that he would hit Stu as hard as he could until someone pulled him away. So when the angle began, Jackson entered the ring, slammed Stu violently to the mat, and knocked him unconscious immediately. And instead of stopping there, he mounted Stu and punched him in the head 21 times before other wrestlers could drag him off. Again, all of this being broadcast on the Kick channel.
Yeah.
Still.
Yep.
Outside the venue afterwards, Jackson told his stream that he was tired of being disrespected. When Mana later called to inform him that doctors could not wake Stu and that he had flatlined in the ring, Jackson simply replied, "My bad." Stu was rushed to the hospital with severe head trauma, broken facial bones, lost teeth. His brother confirmed that he is stable now, but in critical care with a long recovery ahead. A GoFundMe launched by his wife has already raised over $63,000 at the time of this recording. Los Angeles PD responded to the scene, confirmed the report was filed, and opened an investigation. Meanwhile, screenshots surfaced showing Knox Pro management allegedly instructing talent not to cooperate with the police without speaking to the school management first. Knox Pro issued a public statement condemning Jackson's action, calling it a selfish, irresponsible act of violence that went far beyond the agreed-upon spot. Rampage Jackson also apologized on his son's behalf, blaming poor judgment, a recent concussion, and the fact that Raja is an MMA fighter with no training in protected wrestling. And the fallout was swift. WWE has reportedly severed ties with Knox Pro, removing all affiliation with the school from its WWE ID program, which has been one of the developmental pipelines behind independent wrestlers coming to WWE. And this is all really just a couple days going. There might be more that comes from it, but that's rough. Knox Pro is the company. I don't know their real names off the top of my head, but bless you. Rikishi and Gangrel, right? Aren't they the two that run? Bless you.
Gosh. I'm allergic to Rampage's bullcrap. Yes, I know it's Rikishi.
Yeah.
Probably Gangrel as well.
I'm pretty sure it's Gangrel too. But yeah, rough stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen a clip of. I didn't watch the whole thing because you can't. It's so bad. It's so painful to look at.
It's I mean, do you remember the first time you watched American History X? Which was the last time for me. It was like the first time was the only time for me. But there's like the scene of Edward Norton beating that dude up, and like you can watch. You can't watch that. Mm-hmm. You can't keep
and that was a
that.
movie.
Yeah,
this happened in real life.
We were watching Superstore last night, and it was the episode where Marcus cut his thumb off, and I was like, ah, like that's a comedy show, and they did it in a funny manner, and I'm still like, oh, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. To suggest, like, I've watched that video a few times. To suggest that any of what happened was unintentional, I think that's a stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in the mind of other people, but that was because you like after the first slam, you see his head hit. And you see him unconscious. There is no question about it. And then you watch those punches, and those were not like, oh, I'm trying to do fake punches.
Yeah, these are not pulled punches like in wrestling.
And I think what makes me the most upset about it is in reading Rampage's remarks. It's almost like he's trying to pass the blame off to somebody else. Oh, well, you know, he shouldn't have been in. They shouldn't have let him in there. And, oh, he had a concussion. He shouldn't have been doing that. You know, like, no.
Right.
Your son made a mistake.
He doesn't know how to play games with the protected wrestlers. Well, I'm sure he would know you don't full-on MMA punch an unconscious man 21 times in a row.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would know that, at least, about wrestling. If he's there at all, why would he be there if he didn't know at least that about wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're in a rough spot there. That's going to be hard. I'm sure losing the affiliation with WWE is also going to be a difficult thing for the promotion, but... it is what it is.
I guess it is what it is. But, well, hey, yo, like a small town, Naomi's return was once again blink and you'll miss it.
Man, it hurts.
Because she is, as Jimmy Uso put it, all the way pregnant.
I mean, at least it's for a good reason. But, man, with just bad timing... with the biggest push Naomi's had in a long time.
The Women's World Heavyweight Champion announced on the August 18th episode of Raw, just 1 week after having to cancel her match with Io Sky due to not being medically cleared. I mean, there's not much to say, really. Like, she's pregnant. Congratulations. That's awesome. You know.
Someone commented that she was already 5 weeks pregnant or something.
It was
a fatal four-way, technically.
I do love that joke. Yeah, and so you know, like having kids is the greatest things you might ever do in your life. Mm-hmm. I guess to me, like the whole, because I had to go back and watch that segment, and they played the podcast clip from Stephanie McMahon's podcast, and then Naomi was just like she was talking about it in the ring, and she was like, well, you know, Jimmy likes to Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean. The bloodline's gonna continue, if you know what I mean. And I'm sitting there on my couch, and literally I said out loud in my house, you had sex, we get it.
It would be less uncomfortable if you just came out and said it. You're making us all feel awkward here.
You're married.
You've been married for a while. It's not scandalous.
My goodness. If you know what I mean is becoming one of my least favorite things.
100%.
Like, yeah.
Hate it.
We know what you mean. Is if you know what I mean ever not been a euphemism
Can't not be. Yeah. That phrase exists to be a euphemism, right? It has to be.
And not a euphemism for like robbing banks. Like
it could be.
It was never like, oh, we got all them pancakes, if you know what I mean.
I was about to try to make a bank one, and it was just going to sound like it was talking about the other thing again.
Lately, we've been
something
making
about
that
deposits
fudge
and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, gracious sakes. Are you done with that story?
I hope so.
Hey-o. AEW. Yeah. AEW. Hey-o. If you know what I mean. Gracious sakes. Didn't mean to make you die. I apologize. Hey-o. AEW's Casino Gauntlet cash-in rule is changing. The Casino Gauntlet contract will no longer work like WWE's Money in the Bank. Earlier this year, Christian Cage used his contract to insert himself into the AEW World Title match at Revolution, turning it into a triple threat. And that kind of surprise cash-in is now off the table. Following Forbidden Door, Tony Khan confirmed that all Casino Gauntlet cash-ins must be announced at least 1 week in advance. A system much more in line with Lucha Underground's Gift of the Gods Championship. So Khan explained that AEW wants to properly promote its title matches, give fans fair notice, and avoid simply copying what other wrestling companies do. So currently at Forbidden Door, Athena was unsuccessful in her cash-in attempt against Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship, and currently MJF continues to hold his Casino Gauntlet contract. So I get that. On the one hand, you don't want to be copying like a straight up copy, and yeah, promote, your big matches. But on the other hand, that surprise element, I mean, that's what makes Money in the Bank. The never knowing when it's going to happen is also part of it, that can be played for an entire year. Like at this point, it feels like winning the Royal Rumble. Okay, you have a guaranteed match at WrestleMania. And so this is like, okay, you have a guaranteed match a week from whenever you want it. Like, okay, it's fine. It'll work. But, that what if it happens tonight thing is gone.
Yeah.
Like we all had that with SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
We all had that. We had that tease, a possibility. What if he does it, though? Mm-hmm. What if he's not? What if his leg's fine?
Yeah, of course.
And then that's what oh, gosh. And then that's what happened. Not everyone's happy that he cashed in that way. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
SummerSlam was great, by the way. Just want to mention that.
I think SummerSlam was...
For the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, I think they killed it.
Yeah.
I think it was better than WrestleMania.
And I'm glad that that it's the last one they're going to move to a 2-night pay-per-view. Oh, wait. Hey, yo.
No, you're lying. I didn't hear this.
Last time we talked, we said we hoped that SummerSlam would be the last PLE to move to 2 nights, and guess what?
Don't.
It's probably not. During an appearance on SportsCenter, Triple H made it clear that more 2-night events are not out of the question, saying, and I quote, "It's all about our fans and making them happy." You don't know what's going to make us happy. You have proven you don't know what's going to make us happy. We thought you knew what was going to make us happy. We thought you knew. We really thought you knew.
You were the chosen one.
And for a while, you were. You did know what was going to make us happy. I remember that first, I don't remember what the pay-per-view was. I think it was Backlash. It was like the first pay-per-view in Raw while you were in charge after Vince had gotten taken out the first time. And it was like, oh, this is it. Mm-hmm. And it turns out, you keep firing people just like your father-in-law did. You keep giving us matches that we don't want, just like your father-in-law did. And now you're giving us more 2-night pay-per-views. Like, I need 2 nights of Roadblock.
Well, it's not going to be that. It's going to be the major ones, but still. It's going to be 2-night Royal Rumble.
The thing. Like, okay, for now. And then it's going to be 2 nights of Backlash.
2 nights.
Because Backlash needs 2 nights. And then we're going to have 2 nights of Money in the Bank. And eventually we're going to have
Survivor Series,
we're going to not have great balls of fire. We're going to have a singular ball on each night. Yeah, you thought I forgot about Great Balls of Fire.
What a wacko name that was. Oh, I hate it.
What a terrible graphic.
It was bad. It was bad all around. I could see them doing it to Royal Rumble, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because those matches are long. But anything beyond that, I don't think I could stand.
I'll stand by. I don't like 2-night pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I don't.
Great.
I still don't. I'm still not sold on WrestleMania. And SummerSlam was good, but
it still could have been great at one night.
It elongates everything and it stretches everything out. And so to me, it just moves so much slower than it should.
Yeah, this past WrestleMania was just. It felt forever. It felt like it just dragged on forever. WrestleMania 40. And I said this when it happened, and I'll keep saying it. That could have been the series wrap, the finale of wrestling at all.
Wrestling's over.
And we all would have been happy. We all would have be content. Triple H would have gone down in history as the greatest promoter or whatever of all time, whatever he is. And we wouldn't be having these what's going on conversations ever since. But... yeah, that's a bummer. Hey, yo, Undertaker is joining the Indian version of Big Brother. Reports.
No. I need you to say that one more time. Slower.
The Undertaker, the dead man himself, will be joining Big Boss, which is the very similar reality show to Big Brother in India. He's going to be a wild card entrant in the 19th season. The popular reality show is hosted by Bollywood actor Salman Khan. The series operates much like Big Brother, places celebrity contestants in a house together where they are filmed around the clock, compete in challenges, and face elimination through public voting and nominations. Filming for the new season began earlier last week. The rumors indicate that Undertaker's stay could last anywhere from 7 to 10 days, and he may not be the only major U.S. name joining the show either, as apparently boxing legend Mike Tyson is also reportedly lined up for a guest stint. If true, this wouldn't be the first time a WWE legend stepped into the Big Boss house either. The Great Khali participated in 2010 and made it all the way to runner-up.
What is happening in India?
What's happening with Undertaker?
What are they doing in India?
Undertaker doesn't know what to do with himself right now.
Okay, so I'm looking at a promotional picture for Big Boss. I don't know when it came out, what season this is, but first of all, it's 2 G's in big.
Yeah, 2 G's.
And this promotional picture is a picture of the host. I'm assuming it's the host. And he's trying to look like an action star. Like he's got the eyes, and he's got the slicked back hair. And somebody was like, do you know what we really need you to have for this show about people being locked in a house? It's a reality show of people locked in a house. Let's put a gun belt of shotgun shells around your shoulder just so people know you mean business.
That looks like the Indian Adam Richmond from Man vs. Food.
It's Bobby Adam Richmond. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's funny.
Man, what are y'all doing over in India, and how do we become a part of it? Oh my gosh. Well, and I guess more Undertaker news. The who was his co-host in 6 Feet Under?
That's his wife now, is it?
Well, no, it was.
Oh, did it change?
Well, so the show originally, I can't now. Because I didn't prepare anything for this, but here we are. It was 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway, and the host was Matt. Oh, what's his name? He was one of the guys with Matt Lyda. Who's one of the guys he works with, works for or owns 511 Sports, I think, 511 Apparel. Just tell me
Matt.
about.
Oh, okay, yeah, Matt.
Just tell me about Matt Lyda. So anyway, if you were watching the Undertaker's podcast, 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway, he had a co-host on it with a guy named Matt Lyda, and that's what made it version of the podcast became very popular, and they'd have guests on and they'd talk about wrestling and stuff like that. And Matt Lyda recently went on Maven Huffman's YouTube channel. Hey, everybody. Maven here. We get it. There's nobody who looks like you, Maven. It's just, we know. And discussed basically how he got booted out of his own podcast.
Yeah.
And he says there's no hard feelings. He says he's not upset. Like it's not a big deal. But basically, the WWE bought the podcast, and they were like, yeah, but you're going to host it with your wife, Michelle McCool, because that's what people want. It's what we've always wanted.
More Michelle McCool.
More Michelle McCool.
I like her fine, but
I mean,
does it need to be? She's already got weaseled into LFG.
Yeah. What is with everybody's fascination? Like all of a sudden, 30 years we haven't talked about Michelle McCool, and now all of a sudden,
right? Wasn't it like a big deal that she showed up for his Hall of Fame thing? It's like, yeah, we haven't really seen much of her.
Yeah.
And she had the brief appearance at Evolution, and that was like the big deal.
She was in the first Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that too. But it's just been like we barely see her.
Sprinklings, yeah.
A sprinkling of Michelle McCool. Now it's everywhere.
Yeah, she was in Lay Cool, and that was about. She was in Lay Cool, and I think she was in Teacher's Pet, and I think that was about the end of it. Like, I don't know. It's fine. I don't listen to the podcast anyway, so it's not like really affects me. And they don't listen to our podcast, so whatever. But just sort of interesting. Well, kind of finally for me, hey yo, Drew McIntyre has explained why you don't see him much on Unreal. Have you watched Unreal yet?
Watched some of it, yeah.
I watched a little bit of it. But if you watch much of it, you're not going to see much of Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre has been very intentionally not around the Unreal cameras. He has said, I'm from the generation that was brought up and trained in Britain, and very old school mentality. I believe in having some sort of air of mystery, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
A lot of that was from Wrestling Inc. reported that. A lot of wrestlers though have sort of said that. They're like, you don't do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we watched that WrestleMania 9 documentary,
WrestleMania 9, yeah,
where they were like, it was like the first time they had ever had behind the scenes camera, and Undertaker was like, what's going on?
All of the rest, like every single clip they had, there were no good clips. It was just clips of them showing a wrestler and the wrestler going, "What are you doing?
What's happening?"
Yeah, exactly. That face. That's the face. What are you doing? But there are a lot of performers. There are a lot of old school guys who are like, yeah. You're now showing how the sausage is made, and everybody wants to know how the sausage is made, but nobody should know how the sausage is made.
Right. I get that. We get enough of the wink at the camera. This is all fake stuff.
Yeah.
With the, even with the like press conferences and things like that, they wink at it.
You're fishy.
There's enough of the behind the scenes stuff that we already know, right? We already know that this is all planned out. We wink at it. We touch on it every now and then when something real happens. This just flat out, all right, here's what's happening. Here's how we did it. Here's how that scene where you really thought they were ticked off at each other, they were hugging and laughing backstage. That part, I'm like, okay. I like the parts where it's like we're seeing, like, CM Punk coming back from the WrestleMania match and just his emotional reaction to actually doing it. I like that. I don't like really them sitting around going, wouldn't it be funny if Chelsea Green won the Women's Royal Rumble because everybody eliminated themselves before she even got called out, and she gets called out at number 30 and walks into the ring and she's the winner.
Yeah.
Like, that would be funny. I don't want to hear you talking about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that y'all just sit around in a room with 5 of you just deciding how it's going to happen.
You know, it'd be fun. Because we know that's what happens.
Right. But we don't want to see it. That's too much. That's too much of the sausage process. We don't want that. It's
too much.
Yeah.
Don't want to see the pink goo. That's what it is. I just want to eat my chicken McNuggets. Well, moving on, we have the premium. And when I say premium, when they say premium live event, this puts the premium in premium live event.
I mean it.
The premium live event of September, probably the greatest PLE that will happen in September. Clash in Paris.
Is that happening in September?
Isn't
it happening this weekend?
Yeah. Oh, is this weekend August?
This weekend still goes to August.
I don't know.
I thought you were moving on to talk about WrestlePalooza, which is
WrestlePalooza. Yeah,
a stolen event name from a minor company.
I wrote that in my notes and was like, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about it.
That's going to be the first ESPN PLE next month.
I can't believe of all of the things. I can't believe you came up with a dumber PLE name than Great Balls of Fire. It's almost like you were challenging yourself. Like, we've got to just keep coming up. No, we're talking about the event of August.
There we go. The premiere. SummerSlam was also in August. So...
it's the greatest pay-per-view that's not SummerSlam that's taking
back
place
half
in
of
August.
Yeah.
Clash in Paris, taking place in Paris, is this Saturday, and then next year, obviously, it will take place on Saturday and Sunday. And then, because what's going to happen is this will become a two-night pay-per-view, and then eventually SummerSlam and WrestleMania become 3 nights.
3-night pay-per-views, Friday night, Saturday.
Eventually, we're going to have a month of SummerSlam.
Gotta be.
There's just a month-long WrestleMania.
All August.
Yep.
It's like Iron Man 2 when he tried to do the Stark Expo for an entire year. Like, that's too long.
What were the logistics on that one?
Who are these people that are going to a tech expo every single night?
For a year.
Thousands in the crowd for a year.
And what really, I mean, eventually there's got to be some downtime.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got some matches. Most of these matches, as Radio Matt pointed out to me this morning, are not confirmed.
Right.
We are, as of this recording, 4 days away.
Mm-hmm. I do have an update on one of our predicted matches when we get to it.
Okay. So what matches are confirmed?
All right. Do you want to just start going down the list?
Let's go down the list of confirmed matches.
Confirmed match, World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso versus CM Punk versus LA Knight.
Okay. So...
and you get to pick first.
I actually really like this match.
It's going to be fun.
I'm very excited for this match. This is, I think, one of the first times I've felt that way in a very, like, I look at the matches and go like, oh, this is good, but like this is a match like I'm excited to watch. I think that everything Rollins and Paul Heyman and that faction are doing right now is really special. And I was realizing that this morning while watching some highlights and clips. Like, the whole, like, all of Raw was run by that faction. Like, there was something going on. You know, everything that Braun Breaker is doing is phenomenal. You have Bronson Reed and the shoe the Fala.
It's the best gimmick.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. And then just constantly trying to steal Roman Reigns shoes every week is
my shoes now. I love that. That's fantastic. Also, though, anyone with, I realized in listening to him talk, anyone with like a British or Australian accent that doesn't have like the deep grovelly one, they all sound like 6-year-olds.
They all sound like Bluey Playmates.
May I have another? Can I get your shoes? How's about a smile? So to me, Seth Rollins has the advantage. Not just because, well, I think there's no real champion's advantage.
No.
In a World Heavyweight Championship match.
Logically,
in a fatal 4-way.
Yeah, logically, he has the worst odds.
But, you know, he has gotten everybody in this match beaten down.
Yeah.
He is, in theory, the healthiest going into this match because he hasn't had a match in 3 weeks. All these other guys have. They've all gotten into kerfuffles. And so I don't really see a reason for... I don't see a reason for your big titles to change at a pay-per-view called Clash in Paris.
Right.
And that's what I told Hillary last night. I was going through them, and I was like, who do you think would win this match? And just remember, this is a pay-per-view called Clash in Paris. So I'm going to go with Rollins because I think Rollins has a little bit of the advantage. Yes, Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA Knight are going to like fake team up. Like they'll be on each other's side, but eventually that's all going to break apart anyway.
Right. Yeah, I can't disagree. Rollins has barely had it. It's been this big push, his whole faction. There's no way they're taking it off of him at a B tier PLE.
Yeah, I think they'll take it off of him when they do him versus Punk.
Correct. That's going to be the build-up, and that might not happen until WrestleMania.
Okay.
I think that's
fantastic.
Ideal, honestly. Yeah, so Rollins is going to keep that. Next confirmed match, John Cena versus Logan Paul. I'm actually pretty excited for this one, too. Because I think Logan is very entertaining in one-on-one matches.
We'll see where it goes, yeah.
And that's going to push Cena to go all out as well. And I think he's going to do that in every match that he has left. I think Cena's going to go as hard as he can.
Yeah.
Every match he can.
I don't see Cena losing until his last match.
I'm not even sure he's going to lose his last match. But...
You think he gets the Taker treatment?
I think he does.
I mean, if there's anybody, you know, sure.
But anyway, yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I don't think he's going to lose his last match, which I think is reported is going to 'Be on a Saturday night's main event.
It is.
Which is weird.
Yeah, on December 13th.
But okay, you know, 6 days before my birthday. So I've got Cena in this match. Sounds like you've got Cena as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Looking forward to that match as well, though.
It's going to be fun. Sheamus versus Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match.
What is that?
It's a street fight to you and me.
I have written in my notes, who cares? Who cares who wins this match?
I essentially say the same thing, but I say it could go either way.
It could go either way.
Sheamus has been out for a while, and he's just kind of getting back into the swing of things. Rusev is still kind of newly back.
Has Rusev really done anything
Not
since
really.
he got, like, I know that he mugged New Day.
Yeah.
When
But
he first came back.
nothing's really happened with either of them since coming back.
And for that reason, I'm going to go with Rusev.
Okay. I did initially pick Sheamus, so I'll stick with him. I think this match will be less about who wins and more just about showcasing the brutality of these two men.
And I think they'll put on a fantastic match. You know, it'll be a fun match to watch.
There's just no stakes.
I'm just sick of naming them gimmick. We've talked about this before, but like gimmicky name matches. I remember, you know, we went to that event in Amarillo, and it was like it was
an Amarillo City street fight.
It was it was Damian Priest and AJ Styles.
That's right.
In an Amarillo street fight, and I think I tweeted at Byron Saxton like, "Listen, if you're gonna call it an Amarillo street fight, someone's got to get hit with a 72-ounce steak. That's the rules." Of an Amarillo street fight, and I get to make those rules because I'm from the Panhandle. Like, I get to say that. Anyway, so I don't know. It'll be fun. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll hit each other with clubs. That's, you know, just
what I feel like it had to be. The only other confirmed match that we have as of the time of this recording is Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed.
I had a really hard time picking this match. I have a really hard time picking all these matches. Honestly, because there's the like sensible. This is where I think this is going, but then there's also like nothing's been sensible lately.
True,
which has been fine. I'm not against nonsensible, but you just can't figure these things out. I think the sensible pick here is Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with Reigns.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I feel like lately he's been booked a little too weak for who he represents to the company. And he's only been active such a short amount of time this year.
Yeah.
So to have him just come in and lose seems, especially to Bronson Reed, who, you know, he's in the newly pushed faction, but he hasn't really established himself as, I can beat the top guy, one of the top guys easily.
Well, and I think he did, you know, he came out on Raw and said, you know, I'm not who I used to be, but maybe I could still be, and like that kind of makes me think they're getting ready to do something more with Reigns.
I think Roman wins and wears the Shulafala out of the building.
My shoes back. Put creases in them. Okay, so that was the end of
Those
what we know is going to happen.
Yeah.
Predicted there's going to be an undisputed WWE Championship match.
That's the update that I have. They did, some websites did predict we were going to have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, given that it's a across the pond pay-per-view. That apparently is now rumored for WrestlePalooza instead.
Okay.
So it looks like the only big main event is the Seth Rollins match.
Okay.
Which I think is good. I think having both of those on this one night, B tier PLE, would be a lot. So that doesn't look like it's going to be happening, but these other three are possibilities still.
You mean there's no French WWE stars right now? It's gotta be.
Women's World Championship. So this is the vacated Naomi title. Stephanie Vaquer. How do you say her name?
I think Vaquer.
Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Io Sky in a fatal four-way.
Okay.
If this were to happen, who would you pick?
So he says Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer,
and Io Sky.
Man, I don't know.
It's a little hard. I don't think it would be Roxanne Perez.
I don't think it's Roxanne Perez or Stephanie Vaquer.
You don't think it might be Stephanie Vaquer? You don't think it might be
I don't.
a push opportunity for her?
Is Booker T calling the match?
I don't think so.
Then probably not. You heard him call her matches? Man, that guy. I'm gonna tell you this. He's not wrong, but if my wife heard me say things like that, we'd be having talks when I got home. Like that's just you just don't go there. That's just me. That's just me though. That's just me. Whatever. I don't know. Are we gonna see Rhea Ripley have another run? I'm gonna go with Io Sky on this one.
Okay.
I think Io Sky's I wouldn't mind seeing Io Sky this way.
She's good as champion. She's good all the time. She's entertaining.
She's a good person.
I'll go ahead and pick Ripley. I do fear that we're in the Flair treatment era of Ripley, where it's going to be alternating on her almost all the time.
Yeah.
So I'll go with her. The next one that's a possibility is Women's IC Championship, Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. They have obviously been building up this feud on the TV, but they still have not officially announced the match. It's possible this won't be until WrestlePalooza either.
Yeah.
But if it does happen, let's go ahead and pick.
Do you think that they're bringing Nikki Bella back to give her any type of legitimate championship run?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I put here. Is like, I don't know if this is one of those just for fun, here's a quick little feud you can be in to prove you still got it, or if it's one of those win the title here and then lose it again at the very next PLE situations just to surprise everybody. Like it could go a lot of different ways.
I mean, not to throw these numbers out in a mean way, but she is 41.
Hey, I turned 40 this year. Chill
I know.
We
Do
all
you think
know.
you could beat Becky Lynch? Which 41's not old.
Has Nikki Bella ever held a women's title that wasn't the Divas belt?
I don't think so.
That alone might push me to say that maybe they want to put it on her for at least one pay-per-view cycle.
Let's take a look.
Because that is the criticism that the Bellas get, right? Is that, they were championship, but they were championship during the Barbie doll era.
Yeah.
Where nobody took it seriously.
I don't see
I don't think she did. I think it
any other titles. Yeah, and I mean I get that.
Switched
like,
after Paige, didn't it?
You want your you want to have a title that wasn't shaped like a butterfly. I get that. I do. And not to disparage that era of women's wrestling. I think that there were a lot of very talented women. But you're right. It was more of a I don't know, horse and pony show, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. It was heavily more focused on the eye candy aspect than it was on treating them like actual professional wrestlers. Even though they had, many of them anyway, had legitimate talent and probably could go toe-to-toe with the wrestlers of this generation.
Yeah.
I feel like they might want to do that for her. I think they might want to put a legitimate looking title on her for at least 30 days. But I don't know. I will say I initially chose Becky. So if you wind up picking Nikki, I'll stick with Becky. But if you choose Becky, I'm going to switch. Because I've talked myself out of it.
Because now I don't know. Oh, gosh. This one is really hard. You know what? I initially picked Lynch, but I'll pick Nikki.
You go with Nikki?
I'll
Okay.
go with
I'll
Nikki.
stick with Becky then. I think it's going to be a good match. I think it'll be a slightly nostalgic, fun match.
Yeah.
Weird to have Nikki Bella back at the same time as John Cena being back.
Yeah.
Just got to say it. Just got to say it's awkward.
And it doesn't seem like anybody's holding back on all of that.
Right.
Like Becky Lynch
Like
was
it's not
very
even being
mean
a
about
secret.
it.
Yeah. It's like we're not gonna say anything. No, we're gonna say something,
No,
and we're
it
just
is.
never gonna resolve it. So enjoy that. The last possible match, which I think this might be the longest shot of the three. I bet they'll wind up doing this on SmackDown this week before the show. But Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. Damian Priest just recently returned from being put on the shelf, quote unquote, by Black. But Black has been back for a while and hasn't really
seen it.
Yeah, hasn't really gotten the push that people wanted him to have after his stint in AEW.
This match at a pay-per-view level has always made sense to me.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why this didn't happen way sooner. And with no stakes, I don't know. I think I would have to go with Black just because we have to do something that establishes Damian Priest as a real character instead of a caricature, which is what I feel like he was at the end of his Judgment Day run. I feel like all of Judgment Day has just become a caricature. Not at all what we were hoping it would be.
I mean, it's not what it was set out to be. But I like that it's kind of fallen into a comedy gimmick.
No, it's fun. But I remember when JD McDonough came out.
Yeah.
And I remember I hadn't even seen him, but I heard Corey Graves. Oh my gosh, JD McDonough here. Yes, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I just imagined this guy's 8 feet tall and 300 pounds. And then you see JD McDonough, who looks like a pop figurine.
Yeah.
He looks, oh my goodness. He looks like they gave him the Chris Evans Captain America treatment, and they just never put it back.
Superimpose his face on a scrawny kid
on a little bit of body. So yeah, I don't know. I think giving Aleister Black, give him something. Mm-hmm. If this match happens, I'd give it to Black.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that as well. That's what I had here initially. It could go either way, I think, in my opinion. And I honestly think the match might lean more in Priest's favor, just based on history.
Yeah.
But Black hasn't been fully established yet, like I said, and this could be the good opportunity to just keep putting more nails in the coffin of Damian Priest in this feud.
Yeah.
To build him up and then have their feud go a little more nuclear as we get closer to maybe Survivor Series. I'm probably wrong, but I want Black to win.
I probably win. Probably wrong. But.
And that's all. That's all the predicted matches. Huh? If a different match shows up or a version of this match with a different person or something by chance before the show starts, we release our predictions on our Twitter and our Facebook and in the LTN Discord before the show. So
at 2 words LTN.
Mm-hmm. So you can go look there for our finalized. Yeah,
man,
for like 4 seasons.
Yeah, we almost gave up on the show. Just we couldn't.
Just give them 8 different handles, 8 different versions.
Anyway, but yes, we will release all those. I guess if anything happens on SmackDown or day of, they do happen to.
Yeah, I feel like this wasn't the case a couple of years ago. I feel like it wasn't the case a couple of years ago that we still didn't know for sure what was going to happen at the show by the week of the show.
You knew pre-show. I mean, you didn't know what pre-show was going to look like, but
like the main match card, you knew.
Yeah.
And they were specifically doing that because they wanted betting to start.
Yeah.
And I don't remember maybe 6 months ago when we were in our off season, there was a show that there was only 2 confirmed matches going into the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like almost everything was like a last minute. We're doing this, and this. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Would have hated to have a prediction show for this pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
bad,
so
but,
we'll do our best we can.
we'll do our best we can. Hopefully I come out on top. Man, I just can't seem to get one over on you, Matt.
You had it for a couple months.
I did.
But I had it for like 2 years before that. And now I have it again. So get on the ball.
Whatever, man.
I really lucked out at SummerSlam.
You really
Like,
did.
It was just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Everything that was a legitimate toss-up fell my way.
Yeah. Dang it. All that to be said, that's our show. Thanks for listening. Go ahead and hit that like or subscribe button wherever you're listening to. Spotify, Apple Playlists, Google Playlists. I don't know.
Glue.
Zune. We on any type of Zune product? Is Zune still a product?
I don't think Zunes are still a product.
Are they?
No, I'm pretty sure I looked into getting a Zune for my son.
I remember. Man, I remember when Zune came out, everybody was like, "Look out!
Look out, iPod!
Zune's taking over. Google Plus is taking over." Like,
oh man, Google Plus was such a failure.
A quick failure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hopefully this pay-per-view is not a failure. We look forward to watching it, and we look forward to being back with you next month when we predict
3 weeks from now, it'll be WrestlePalooza. Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just like, it's a ska pay-per-view. That's what it is.
Oh gosh,
that's what it sounds like.
It's gonna be fun.
But you can.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be a big pay-per-view. It's gonna be as big as it can be without being a 2-night pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then next year it'll be a 2-night.
And the next year it will be a 2-night pay-per-view. But we won't be here because we will be competing on Big Boss Fridays at 10
with Indian Adam Richmond.
That's our show. Thank you for joining us. And for the Two Words Podcast for LTN Network, or for LTN Net. Yeah, for LTN Network. I forgot that the N didn't stand for network.
Podcast Network. Oh, yeah. LTNN.
LTNN. For LTNN, my name's John. His name's Matt. And if you're not down with... I'm sorry.
What happened?
There's an advertisement for Big Boss coming on. And it's got two moms wrestling. That was really funny. On the Colors Network, yo. My name's John.
I'm Matt.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Goodbye.
Big Boss.
Big Boss.